Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Project Use It Up basket refresh. So if you saw my last Project Use It Up, I've pretty much taken all of the products, I think, except for one out of the basket and put different ones in since we are now officially into like the autumn fragrances and everything. So I'm super excited to kind of get started back with this. So grab a snack, grab a drink. We're going to be hanging out for a little bit. I am drinking, this is the Starbucks pumpkin spice coffee, and I obviously made an iced coffee out of it, and it's like really good. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the autumn vibes. So the way I did this, basically, you guys know I just did an inventory of all of like my body care and fragrance and all of that. With this project, I decided to just pull lotions and fragrances because those are the two biggest categories that I have. If you saw the inventory, you know what I'm talking about. The other categories, I feel like I don't really have all that many products in them, so I feel like it's easy for me to kind of go through those. Whereas lotions and fragrances, I feel like I really need to be aware of like what is oldest and all of that. And in my inventory, obviously, like I started at the very top with the oldest products, and as I bring new products in, they get listed. So it's easy for me to look at my inventory sheet to see what products in my stash are the oldest and what needs to be used up first. So that's kind of how I pulled these products. These are all some of my like older fragrances and lotions, and what I did is these are the autumn ones. So obviously I have some fragrances in my stash and I have some lotions in my stash that are older than these products, but they are spring or summer fragrances. So that's kind of how I decided to pull it. We have, let's see, 4 lotions and 3 fragrance mists because I didn't want to overwhelm myself, because obviously I'm still doing the Shop My Stash baskets also, and I like to be able to use the products in the Shop My Stash basket thoroughly because I want to be able to give you guys accurate reviews. So it's going to be hard for me to just solely focus on these. I'm really going to have to divide my attention between the 2 baskets because obviously I want to use these up, but I want to, you know, get a good idea of what I feel about the products in the Shop My Stash basket too. So I'm trying to, you know, walk that like tightrope and balance it here. Let's go ahead and jump into this though. So the first product that I actually have 2 of these. This is the one that is the lesser full because I have 2 of them and they're both actually opened. And this is actually a product that I absolutely love. And my goal, I guess, in this is to finish the 2 that are open, and then I will absolutely repurchase this, but I just, you know, would like to get a fresh bottle. But it's the Jergens Ultra Healing. And this is like the big bottle. This is the 32 ounce, and it's actually been in a Project Use It Up before, which is why there's a line here, but I decided to use blue for this project. So this is actually the starting point for this project, and as you can see, like they're really, I mean, that's only what, maybe 4 uses, so it really shouldn't take me too long to get through this bottle. And then I do have another one, you probably can see it, it's like over in that corner. It's always like backwards. Anyway, it's over in that corner. But I actually really love this product. It's definitely like one of my holy grail like basic body lotions. So definitely excited to actually be using that one from my stash. Next up is another lotion. This is the Johnson's Skin Nourish Moisturizing Lotion in the Shea and Cocoa Butter. It looks like this. This has also been in Project Use It Up back on my old channel, so there are some marks from that, but this is the starting point here. So I mean, that's what, a little less than halfway, so hopefully that, you know, doesn't take too long. I like this one, but I feel like these are not like super heavy. So if you have like dry skin like I do, I feel like I have to pair this with an oil every single time. It smells really good. Although that being said, I don't really have any like fragrances that kind of go with it. It's kind of like its own thing. Because It really, to me, does not smell like shea or cocoa butter. It's definitely like its own thing. But if I pair it with an oil, then it's at least heavy enough. So a lot of times I will use this like in the evenings after I take like a bath or something like that. And I'm, if I'm not in the mood for like a heavy fragrance before bed, which doesn't happen very often. I usually am in the mood for a heavy fragrance. But anyway, that being said, I just really need to use this up, and I don't think I'm going to be repurchasing that one. Next, let's do another lotion. This is the Baby Magic Calming Baby Lotion in the lavender and chamomile. I actually really like this one. It's lavender and chamomile, but it also has like a little bit of like a baby powder scent to it. Okay, and this is like, you know how like fragrances just bring back memories? This is going to sound completely off the wall crazy, but something about this reminds me of like when I was little, and like, when you are like back in the day when you would like travel and you would like stop overnight or something like that, like if you were driving, and you would stop at like, like not like some luxury hotel, but just like, like a normal, just like a hotel, like nothing super fancy. And back in the day, like when I was younger, you could get rooms that were smoking and you could get rooms that were non-smoking. I don't know if they even offer smoking rooms anymore at hotels. I haven't seen one in like forever. We would always get the non-smoking rooms, but it seemed like without fail, you'd be right next to a room that was smoking. So even though your room was non-smoking, you could still kind of smell the smoking from like the other room. Something about this fragrance, I'm telling you, it smells like the sheets in a hotel room like that. Like, so it smells like that kind of like clean laundry detergent that you would have like hotel sheets. But then there's something about it that reminds me of like that, like the room next door having like the smoker smell in a totally pleasant way too. I'm not like saying that it's like a negative, like that's not like I'm not like, ooh, yuck. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying like it's a very nostalgic, like good smell. But I'm telling you, this just something about this makes me think of like, yeah, like hotel sheets and like a smoker's room next door. Very odd and very specific. It's a very pleasant smell to me. I mean, maybe some people wouldn't think that it was pleasant, but I don't know. It smells really good. This is one of those products, again, it's not super heavy, so it's not like the greatest for my skin. I definitely pair it with an oil. And even as far as like the lavender and chamomile, you guys know that I love to have like a lavender fragrance for if I'm not feeling well, or if, especially like for me, if I'm on my period, I really like a lavender scent because a lot of times I will get headaches when I'm on my period. So I don't want like a super heavy fragrance. And I feel like the lavenders are always good because I can just wear the lotion and have a fragrance without being overly like heavy on the fragrance. And it's also very soothing and comforting to me and like calming. So yeah, like during my period, I like to have a lavender like body routine. And like if I'm not feeling well, or if I'm like really tired and I want to sleep well, like I will do like a whole lavender routine. So this lotion, I don't really feel like it would fall well into that routine because it really, I mean, it's not like a true lavender smell, and it's not super moisturizing for my skin. With that being said, I would probably pick this up occasionally just sheerly because of the scent of it and the nostalgia that it brings back. So yeah, I don't even know how to tell you guys, like I don't even know how to give you a review because in all honesty, as far as the product goes, it's probably not like the best product out there. The only reason I love this so much is because of the nostalgia. So I don't know, pick it up in store or something and like give it a sniff. Or if you have, if your skin is more oily or something, you may like this. I don't know. But yeah, for me, it's sheerly nostalgia. But anyway, all of that to say, we are starting here. So I still have quite a bit, like probably 2/3 of the bottle left. So we'll see if we can get through that. The next lotion, actually this is the last lotion. This is from his daughter, and it is the Country Apple. And this is like a true, like this smells like a red delicious apple. Yeah, it smells like you literally are like walking into, like, if you go to like an apple orchard and you know how they have like the barn where you can go in and buy apples, like that's what this smells like. It smells like you are walking into that barn to purchase some apples. And I am starting all the way up here at the top. Okay, so I have 3 fragrance mists that I decided to pull. And actually, I have like one other autumn fragrance mist that technically I could have pulled, but I don't actually want to finish it. I'll actually show you. It's actually this one, because this is getting harder and harder to find, and I love it so, so much. It is the Gail Heyman's Delicious All-American Apple. I have raved about this fragrance for years on this channel and my old channel. Like, I know some of you have commented back on my old channel saying that you got it like from Amazon and stuff like that, and that you loved it. It doesn't even smell like apple, but it is the most beautiful fragrance. And I get compliments every single time I wear this. Something about it reminds me of like an Escada perfume too. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is technically pretty old. This has been in my collection for quite some time, but I actually don't want to use it up. So that's why that is not in this project. But other than that, I think, other than my, like the new stuff that I've gotten from like Bath and Body, I think these are like the oldest autumn fragrances that I have. So that's why I pulled them. So this one is actually the oldest. What is the date on this? It's hard to tell. It's like rubbed off, so I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell you guys, but it's been in my collection for a while. And it is the Bath and Body Works Twilight Woods. I actually really, really like this fragrance, so it's not, oh, stupid. Oh, look, I had already written back when I got it. Okay, so this is from 2021, which honestly is not horrible. I mean, like, I thought it would be older than that. But anyway, I actually really, really like this fragrance, so I don't know. Does Bath and Body Works still even have this? I haven't even looked for it in quite some time. But I know there's like a lot of products or lines that do like dupes of this. But anyway, it's been in Project Use It Ups before. So obviously we have the lines up there. But for this one, we are starting right there. So we're a little more than half. Well, I have a little more than half of the bottle left. Not a whole lot. I mean, we're almost to the halfway point. So that shouldn't be too hard. And then these next two are actually from the Bath and Body Works Halloween collection of 2023. Yes, 2023. And neither one of these products actually are they? Yeah, neither one of these products were brought back, which is kind of sad. But the first one is Everlasting Magic. And this is Bejeweled Berries, Phantom Petals, and Magic Musk. And this is the starting point right there. So honestly, I haven't really used much of it at all. It smells really good though. And then the last one that I have is Midnight Spell. And this one is Mystic Air, Moonlit Woods, and Crystal Amber. I love the packaging. This was the year that I loved the packaging the most because it was very like gothic-y, and it was like, it was truly like, it wasn't cutesy. Do you know what I mean? I'm okay with the cutesy to an extent, but I much prefer like the very gothic-y and like truly like spooky. And this was the year that it truly was, and I loved it so much. In fact, I actually thought about, do I really want to mark these? Because I was like, do I want to keep these bottles? You know, just because like they didn't bring them back. But then I was like, girl, you don't need to be keeping these bottles. Like, I got enough crap in my house. I don't need to be keeping these bottles. But we are starting right there with that one. So So that is it. That is everything in this basket. My goal is to do like a check-in every month unless I don't make like any progress, because like I said, I'm still obviously going to be doing the Shop My Stash baskets too. If I could get through, I don't even know that I'm going to put a timeline on this. I just need to get through these. If I can get through these products like before spring, which is insane, I should have no problem getting through these before spring. But at least then, you know, like then I can bring in my spring products that need to be used up. And like this is obviously, this is more of like the cooler weather fragrances. So I would actually, if that happened, I would be okay with it. But like obviously I would really like to finish these before that. So let's do that. We'll do a monthly check-in and see how I do. If I finish a product and I have like another like a replacement, obviously like with lotions and stuff, I have replacements. Fragrances, I don't have a ton that need used up as far as like autumn and winter fragrances. So I may just pull like a neutral one or something. So I could technically roll that in. Lotions, I definitely have ones that I could roll in though. So let's see how far we get. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. Let me know in the comments down below if you do like a project use it up, or if you're trying to work through some of the products in your stash. And also let me know what products they are, and let me know too why. Are you using it up because it's just old? Are you trying to use it up because you don't like it? I would just be curious, because obviously I'm sharing my thoughts with you guys, and I love to hear what you guys are up to and like your thoughts on the products in your stash. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys very soon.